If you a true boxing fan, get your toe-to-toe Savage apparel. Go to toe-to-toe-savage.com and get your toe-to-toe Savage apparel. It is epic, as you see here. I wear toe-to-toe Savage apparel on a day-to-day basis, going to the gym, going to the boxing gym, or wherever. It just makes you feel like a gorilla. Get your toe-to-toe Savage.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, it has been revealed that Keyshawn, the businessman Davis, Shakur Stevenson, we already knew, Raymond Ford, Montana Love, and a few other people are assisting YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul for sparring. Now, this picture was posted by a few people, and obviously it's to spark trolling and to get attention to themselves. That's what this photo was put out there for, right? To get people talking, to get people. Floyd Mayweather always says, good, bad, and indifferent, you keeping me relevant, right? And that's what this photo was leaked by many people, putting this photo out there of everybody involved, at the sparring session. Me personally, I don't have a problem with it. People keep hitting me up, man, Keyshawn is selling out, Shakur is selling out. You notice they only talk about the big names. They're not saying Montana Love is selling out. They're not saying Raymond Ford is selling out. They saying Keyshawn and Shakur is selling out because they're big names, right? Because they're assisting Jake Paul, YouTube sensation, to face off against Gervonta Tank Davis. It ain't selling out. Let me tell you why it's not selling out. Because Gervonta Tank Davis sold out the sport of boxing. He shouldn't be competing in this circus to begin with. He should be rematching Lamont Roach Jr. Instead, he's making a mockery of the sport of boxing, sticking his tongue out, waving his fingers, and saying, nah, I'm not rematching Lamont Roach. I'm not fighting Shakur and putting no money in his pockets or his team pockets or nobody over there. And we supposed to care about who helps Jake Paul against Tank Davis? And now it would be different if Tank Davis was saying, hey, you know something? This dude is making a mockery of the sport. Jake Paul, YouTube sensation turned professional boxer who's 12 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 7 wins by way of knockout. If Tank was saying, this dude is making a mockery of my sport, I got to do something. I'm going to get this dude up out the sport. And then I'm going to see Shakur and Lamont Roach rematch, so on and so forth. That's not what he's saying. He's saying, I'm going to fight Jake Paul as the B-side. I'm going to concede to anything he wants me to do. I'm going to fight at a catchweight. I told the boxing world for the real fights that the fans wanted to pay for. Devin Haney was too big. I don't feel comfortable at 140. I can't drop down to 130 to fight Shakur. Then when Shakur came up to 135, Shakur Stevenson ain't do nothing in the sport. Then when Keyshawn started making a name for himself, Keyshawn ain't on the hit list. Teofimo Lopez, he was never on my radar. I have no interest in fighting him. Right? And the list goes on and on and on. He's telling you he don't have a problem with robbing the fans of their money and not giving you the product that you're asking for. So in this case, in this instance, right, we're trying to say they're selling out. Selling out? No. To help Jake Paul beat this dude? Yeah, get him out the sport. Jake Paul is doing more for the sport of boxing than Tank Davis is. What does Tank Davis produce for the sport of boxing? How has he helped out the sport of boxing? All he did is take from the sport of boxing. And told you, I'm going to rob you of your bread. and not give you what you want. And then tell you to close your mouth, stop complaining, and just be a fan of the sport. I don't got to fight these guys that you want me to fight and that you willing to pay for to watch me to fight. That's what he told you. That's exactly what he told you. So let me get this straight. We have to band together to support him when he's telling us after Jake Paul, I'm taking my money, I'm taking my ball and going home, and I ain't giving y'all nothing because y'all don't deserve it. All he's done was subtract from the sport. Jake Paul, at least Jake Paul, has put fighters on his undercard, paid them more money than they ever would have been paid, starting to transform women's boxing, supporting women's boxing and elevating women's boxing, making sure women boxing get paid, putting them in positions to have massive main event headline cards themselves at places like Madison Square Garden that would have never done it, making sure women get paid $1 million. It has never been done outside of Carissa Shields. So you can say what you want about Jake Paul, but he has added to the sport of boxing. What has Tank Davis added to the sport of boxing? So if Keyshawn and Shakur and these dudes want to go over there and help Jake Paul get him out the sport, I'm all for it. All he has done is subtract. He has a competitive fight with Lamont Roach, and then he tells you, I ain't rematching. He arguably loses to Lamont Roach. Controversial draw. Then tells you, I ain't fighting Lamont Roach no more. And then told you, he who giveth is he who taketh. He actually said this. He actually said, he who giveth, he is he who taketh. I put on food on your table, now take it off. When it comes to Shakur, the whole world demanding to see it. No, he telling you Shakur ain't never did nothing. Why y'all keep mentioning him? That dude ain't never did nothing in the sport of boxing. What has he done? But you fighting a YouTuber as the B-side. Devin Haney, man, he a middleweight that can't punch himself out of a wet paper bag. That's what he told you about Devin Haney. I ain't fight Devin Haney too big. He rehydrated to 170, 165 against Regis. Look how big he is. But he gonna fight Jake Paul at 195 pounds. Man, y'all kidding me. 30 pounds heavier with no rehydration clause against Jake Paul, who is 6'1", with a 76-inch arm reach. Man, miss me with it. I don't care what they do. Period. I'm glad they're helping Jake Paul. And I'm gone. Peace.